Very puzzling to me. TW infinity over FB squared times LI... Oh, hello. How are you doing? I'm Albert Feinstein here, famous physicist, as you know. And I'm quite bemused and bepuzzled here by this secret formula the upside-down iceberg guys are having here. It's quite an anomaly to me. I don't quite understand it. I mean, I've figured out energy and what that is, the speed of light, relativity. I figured all this out. I even know the 11 herbs and spices of KFC. Shh, don't tell no one. But this, I can't seem to understand to save my life. WTF is this? I'm trying to figure it out. EZ squared, SQ cubed, pi LCP. What the fuck is that?
Hi, Jody Underhill with Upside Down Iceberg. And as you can plainly see, sometimes even a genius has trouble when it comes to figuring out the secret formula to being successful with social media. Well, I've got good news for you. Like anything in life, once you know the answer, the question becomes very simple. And I'm going to go through this and show you step by step how this complicated equation breaks down very simply. See, the first part of this looks very confusing, but actually the components here are Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And they're in parentheses because that's the first step in the first part of the equation. And that is find people. This is finding people that are in the same field as you are. Finding people who are interested in the things that you're interested in. Finding people who are in the market for the product or service that you provide. So when you find people, you're able to then get to know them a little better. And they're able to get to know you a little better. And so it becomes like a typical networking event. But you're just meeting them to begin with. The next step is you need to come over here, and before you just start trying to sell them something, I mean, come on, let's face it. We've all been tried to have someone try to sell us something. How many of you like to be sold? Nobody. But we like to buy. But we only like to buy when we feel like we're making a good decision. And that decision is usually based on information that we gather, right? So what we want to do in this case, after we find people, is we want to start to position ourselves as someone that they will know, like, and trust. And the easiest way to do that is to give them relevant content that they can find useful in their everyday life. So in the next step, we simply come over here to these other areas, which are e-zine articles, squidoo lenses, and YouTube videos, and we start to give content. We can answer their questions. We can answer questions that they tell them the answers to questions they are asking, and maybe even tell them a few questions they should be asking. With e-zine articles, you have to be completely content driven. They don't allow you to be promotional, which is a great thing, actually. With squidoo lenses, you can be as promotional as you want. You can give them step by step exactly what your product or service is, why it's so important, what other people have said, and it's a great avenue to build a miniature website that shows exactly what it is and why you're an expert at it. And it can be anything, not just your product or service. It can be if you're interested in motocross or basket weaving or picking up shells on the beach, whatever interests you. Maybe it's a comedy club. You can make that. The next is YouTube videos. The easiest way for someone to get to know you is to see you, and hear you talking. Just like you're listening to me right now in this video. Gives you a little bit more of an idea of the type of person that I am. So those are YouTube videos. And you're giving them content with all three of those. The next area, that's step one, step two. The third area is once you've found them and you've given them content and they begin to know you, you give them something else, something that's very valuable enough for them to give you what you're looking for, and that is their contact information. So the next step of the formula is the lead capture page. We have pi up there because, well, let's face it, Feinstein likes pi, and that's how we lured him in here to try to look at the formula anyway. So with this, we capture their info. And once we've captured their information, we do it in such a way that they tell us, yes, I want your information, and we make them opt in a second time so that there's no way that they can say, hey, I don't want this information. But if they do, they can simply unsubscribe. And believe me, when they do that, they're doing you a favor. You don't want to be sending messages to people who don't want to get your stuff. But the people who do want to get your stuff, As long as you continue to give them great content and you're not trying to push stuff on there or be a salesperson, they will look forward to receiving those emails. And once they do that, step by step, you have methodically found them. You've given them great content that they can use to position yourself as an expert. You've gathered their information. You've started marketing to them. And what that does is that leads you to the step where, as you're marketing to them, now they want to buy what it is that you have to sell. They want to come to you for the expertise that you've shown and feel comfortable buying from you over someone else. And that's what leads to the money. So you have step 1, find people. You have step 2, give them content. 3 is capture their info. And the 4th and most important step is sell them stuff. So it's this simple. Find them, give them content, capture their information, sell them stuff. And that's as simple as the formula for social media gets.
Oh, yes. It's all so clear to me now. This is simple compared to the KFC 11 herbs and spices thing I figured out. So it's an infinitive number of Twitters. We call them tweets. Plus 2 Facebooks, plus a LinkedIn to find all the people that you want. Times 4 e-zine articles, plus 3 Squidoo pages, and 25 YouTube videos to give them the content they are looking for. Times pie, because I like pie. I like apple pie, cherry pie, blueberry pie, rhubarb pie. Well, anyway, you lead them to a lead capture page to capture the information that they want to give you. See, that's the key to this. They want to give you that information. See? And then that leads them to step number 4, where they want to buy your stuff. Whatever you are selling, whether it's information or actual product, they want you to contact them about your stuff, which leads to, that's right, big dollar signs for you. Oh, social media secret formula, not so secret anymore. Those upside down iceberg guys are real geniuses. Oh, yes. Bye-bye for now.